Salve te discepoli. I thought I would just take a second to kind of walk you through the first few sentences in this translation to help get you started. So remember, when we are translating, the first thing we look for in the sentence is the verb. And how we identify the verb is by looking at the endings of our words. Remember that the verb endings usually end in one of our verb endings, the o, s, t, mus, tis, or unt endings. So looking at our first sentence, Augustinus est episcopus, we see that there is a t ending on this word in the middle here. Okay, then we can think about what verbs we know, right? And we have memorized our linking verb chant. This is one of the linking verbs. Sum es est, sumus estis sunt. So we've memorized that est means he, she, or it is. Okay, so we can go ahead and write under here that this is. All right. Now we need to figure out who is the subject. Who or what is the subject? The subject is always in the nominative case. So that means that the ending has not changed from what we have memorized or what is listed in the dictionary. So here we have Augustinus, which is going to be our subject here. We have not memorized this, but this is his name of Augustine. And then episcopus is, again, not one that we've learned, but it's in your glossary. If you flip to the next page, you'll see it is here for you. Episcopus means bishop. Okay, so you can just fill that in. This is a pattern B sentence, right? Subject, noun, linking verb, and a predicate nominative. So this is bishop. Augustine is a bishop, right? Sometimes we have to add article adjectives. They don't exist in Latin, but they do in English to make a good sentence. Augustine is a bishop. In our next sentence, again, we look for the verb first. So do you see an OST, must, tis, or unt ending? Yes, here we have the T ending again. So you do not have to parse your verbs or your nouns here, but parsing does help you figure out what's going on in the sentence, right? So if we are looking here at our verb, we're going to figure out what the person, number, and tense is for our verb. We know that the T, OST, is our third person, singular, and present tense ending. So this is a he, she, or it doing something, right? And habitat comes from our word habito, habitare, which means live or lives in. Okay, so the he or she, right? We don't know for sure yet, but we can look over here and see if there's another subject. If there's not, remember that Latin verbs often contain the subject pronoun. So let's look over in our glossary to see what hippone is. If you flip to the next page, you'll see that hippone is already given for you as the ablative singular, meaning in Hippo, which is a city in North Africa. So we haven't really dealt with the ablative case yet, so don't worry too much about that. You can just fill in the meaning in Hippo. So lives in Hippo, but who lives in Hippo? He, she, or it, right? Because it's a third person. Since we're talking about Augustine, probably we're talking about Augustine again, right? Makes sense. So he lives in Hippo. And again, you can label your sentence here. You have a verb, And then in English, we would call this an object of the preposition, I guess. So you can go ahead and label that. And then let's skip this one for now. I just want to go over here to this one where it has something a little bit different. Augustinus multos libros scribit. Again, we're looking for our verb first. Find an O, S, T, must, tis, or unt ending. Again, we have the T ending. If we parse that, we have our third person again, singular, present tense ending. Scribo, scribere is in our glossary. It's a third conjugation verb, but it means to write. Okay, so this is present tense. He, she, or it writes. Okay, so we got to figure out who is our subject. Are any of these other words in the nominative case, meaning they have not changed their endings? And yes, we have Augustinus, again, who we're talking about in this, right, in this context. Augustine writes. And then what does he write? Multos libros. Liber means book. Multa means many. Okay, this os, if you remember from our us chant, because liber is a masculine word, it's us, e, o, o, e, orum, is, os, is. So os is our accusative, plural, masculine ending. Okay, this is plural. And then this is an adjective describing this noun here. This is our direct object. Accusative case means it's the direct object of the verb. Okay, so Augustine writes many books. Hopefully that helps get you started. We'll go over all of the answers to these things when we get back, and I will put a Latin question and answer flowchart on the website for you to look at and help guide you through this as well.